Best action gacha games coming out in 2025. Dude, I've seen some fire coming out in 2025. There's also a dope-ass game that's like Honkai Star, but it's open world with PvP, and I'm hoping they show that shit on here too, because there's some good shit coming out. But first, I've got a sponsored announcement coming to you from Terraceland. First off, to all the dedicated guild leaders out there, Terraceland is rolling out exclusive rewards like crystals for those maintaining high activity levels in their guild. Plus, get ready for some large-scale guild events. I'm talking about guild boss battles on the way in Season 1. Now let's talk about the Dragon Raid Bounty Season 1. We're kicking it off with our first 10-player raid. Get hyped! They've revamped the gameplay experience and reward system where the top 10 guilds will snag an exclusive title and a limited edition mount. Get ready for more brand new scenarios, 5-player dungeons, those epic 10-player raids. Plus, Terraceland's mentorship system makes socializing for dungeons and raids a breeze. You can learn more about these events by checking out my link below or the QR code. Nervous about being a new player? Every season in Terraceland means a fresh new start. Just complete one series of quests up to level 40. Wow! You'll be ready to tackle that new content in no time. In Season 1, you can even reach level 40 on your first day. Grab your friends and dive into the vast world of Terraceland with all new exploration quests. And whether you're on PC or mobile, they've got you covered with this cross-platform play. Play together with friends no matter what device you're using. For those of you grinding hard, all members of the top 100 can earn Dragon Slayer chests. There will be 8 cycles in total, allowing a maximum of 160 chests per player. Plus, top guild leaders will snag 500 crystals. With 8 cycles in total, they can earn up to 4,000 crystals total. That's some serious loot, folks. I hope to see you, gamers, in Season 1. Hit the link or scan my QR code to check out the game and event details. See you later, gamers. Game in, game on, game out.
Do as well. Coincidence? I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. Nevertheless, I decided to compile a list of what I believe to be the best looking upcoming gacha games with the largest potential and chance for success.
Yeah, true. Also, side note, Neverness to Everness has reached out to me personally multiple times and wants me to do shit for their game, which is usually a good sign for me that they're pretty much willing to work with anybody, which makes me feel like the lifespan of the game will be a lot healthier than if they were to not do that.
And also some of the hottest waifus, because
holy fuck,
you know, that's important. Welcome to my list of the best upcoming action gacha games of 2025. Now, if this is your first time here, consider subscribing to the channel, hitting the little bell notification, that way you remain up to date with every single thing that I post, and I post daily. Do not miss out. I'm gonna kickstart this with Abyss Knight, segregated.
I feel like saying that you post daily should never be like a pro to your channel. I feel like just posting whenever you actually have content that you want to make is way better. I hate when people say it's kind of like streaming. People say I'm going to stream every day no matter what. It's kind of just like, I feel like streamers should be allowed to take days off. Like if they're feeling pretty shit, like me for example, I'm feeling shit, but I don't feel shit enough to where I don't want to stream. I actually woke up this morning excited to stream. But I feel like it's important that we let creators just take days off, but that's completely irrelevant to the video. Anyways.
World action game with a top-down isometric perspective. It plays like Lost Ark, Diablo, Path of Exile. Every zone seems to be large and filled with a variety of different things to do, objects to engage with, and unique enemies to kill. Beta tests have already been held.
Wait, what the fuck is this?
For upcoming test phases currently open. A global release has not been confirmed. Arknight's Enfield is...
Oh, well then who cares? Abyss Knights, that actually looks pretty decent, I ain't gonna lie. They look like a top-down Dark Souls. They look fun as fuck. It won't be shit, I don't know, maybe. But it kind of also looked like The Last Berserker, Karazhan Last Berserker, which I cannot fucking wait for. The art style was actually really nice. Arknight's Enfield is gonna suck ass and everybody knows it. If it does well, I don't care. People who play this shit are brainwashed. This shit looks so bad, it's absurd. This game looks offensively bad, and it plays offensively bad. Hopefully Arknight's Enfield changes to Arknight's End of Service, because Jesus Christ, this game looks like shit.
A spin-off, an add-on to the already pre-existing.
Maybe they do an overhaul. I'll still check it out, but god damn, this shit looks bad.
Arknight's universe, set in a different world with different characters. Enfield looks to feature a semi-open world, not the same scale as Wuwa or Genshin, but much more open than an instance game. It also utilizes, rather than a full action combat system, a hybrid combat system with slowdowns and tactical elements, which really could add a lot of interesting dynamics to combat. Beta tests have already been held, with pre-registration open for both upcoming test phases and launch. A global release has been confirmed. Azure Premilia is an...
Yeah, so once again, that game's ass, and there's a reason why there was no gameplay shown, is because the gameplay that's shown looks fucking terrible. I believe in the first 8 hours of the game, there's maybe one good fight, but the auto-play combat just, oh god, it's fucking terrible.
Open world action game from the developers of Azure Lane.
Now this shit looks awesome.
Fast, fluid action.
This is my most, holy tits. This is my most anticipated game in the Gacha field, bar none. Like, I'm more excited for this than Honkai, more than Wuthering Waves. Like, this is the game that I really want to get behind. I actually cannot fucking wait. It looks great. It looks different enough from every other game to where I think I can really enjoy it. It has a lot of very fun, casual features like farming and shit. And the characters are just hot as fuck. It's made by the Azure Lane devs too, who are notorious for making just pure Coomer characters, which I fucking love.
Combat system that not only makes use of individual characters, but also pets with their own distinct elemental affinities.
Hello,
In
monkeys!
an effort to distinguish themselves among their competition, Parmelia seems to have implemented a lot more casual aspects than other games, featuring a fully functional farming system, including recruiting monsters that you can capture, ground and aerial mounts, and more, making this arguably one of the most unique upcoming Gacha games
I agree.
right now.
This is gonna be
Beta
insane.
tests have not been held yet.
This company has so much money, it has zero right to fuck up the deliverance of this game. I think this shit is going to be insane. If this shit flops, I would probably give up on Gacha as a whole. That's how much I'm looking forward to this game. I truly hope they don't fuck it up. The only thing that I don't like is I don't like how they changed the name from Azure Parmelia from Azure Stellar. Because I think Azure Stellar sounded really good. I think everybody knows how to spell both those words. I don't think anybody knows what the fucking Parmelia is.
Yet, but pre-registration is open for upcoming test phases and launch. A global release has been confirmed. Much like Abyss Knights, Black Beacon is a top-down isometric action game with a dark aesthetic. Little is known about the game at present. It is going to feature a segregated world and will likely be narrative and chapter driven like Punishing Grey Raven or Honkai
The hell you mean
Impact.
segregated
Beta
world?
tests have already been held with pre-registration for upcoming test phases open. A global release has not been
like
confirmed.
1800s
Code
or-
Seigetsu is
Anyways.
essentially Punishing Grey Raven set in Honkai Star Rail's world. It's full action, it's fast, and it feels impactful. However, rather than instanced environments like Punishing Grey Raven or Honkai Impact, Seigetsu seems to offer much larger, much more open zones to explore. How open? Unconfirmed at present. Beta tests have already been
looks
held
very
with
instant.
registration for upcoming test phases and launch.
This
open.
combat looks
A global
absurdly
release
instant.
has not been confirmed, but is speculated. Duet Night Abyss is one of the upcoming action games that I've had the pleasure of playing. Although to call it a normal action game would be a disservice to what it actually is.
Yeah, this is like
A
Gacha
hybrid
Warframe, right?
action third-person shooter. Imagine if someone took Warframe
There it is.
and then gave it the addition of action combat from Honkai Impact. That
And then made every character cost $800.
is Duet Night Abyss. Unlike Genshin or
It does
Wuwa,
look pretty nuts, though,
this
I
is
ain't gonna
not
cap.
going to feature an open world. Rather, the world is
Like, if this is real
enormous,
gameplay,
but
it
is
does
split
look like it'd be a lot of fun.
between
If
zones.
there's one thing I love in video games, it's power fantasy and just slaughtering waves and waves of dudes. Fuck, it feels so good.
Regions, I guess, would be a more accurate.
This is what Snowbreak
description.
1
They're
looks like?
several
Yeah, I
times
agree.
larger
Nice ass
than
shot.
Honkai Star Rail zones, but still separated by loading screens. You can fully interact with the environment. You can wall run, glide, providing a lot of ways to traverse the world.
If it has a
with
PC
some
client,
incredible
good. If it doesn't, then it's
third-person
just garbage.
shooting involved. Beta tests have evidently been held with pre-registration for upcoming test phases and launch open. A global release has been confirmed. Before we go any further, let me take a moment to
Insane.
reflect. The Everness features an enormous open world and
Yeah, Neverness to Everness is one that I'm really looking forward to, but with a massive grain of salt. I feel like people are overhyping the fuck out of this game, and I'm very worried that this game can't live up to modern expectations. I feel like the characters look pretty good, the world looks okay, but I don't think it does enough things different to truly separate it from the crowd, and I feel like people who are already burnt out in the genre won't find anything new here. Sure, you can ride in cars, and that's cool, but I don't think that's enough to really, break away from its opposition.
open world action game from the developers of Tower of Fantasy. It features an enormous open world in the form of a large city, very reminiscent of GTA.
I also think the character, once again, the character models look good, but they don't look great. You know what I mean? Like, these characters look like they could exist in Honkai Impact 3rd, right? I want to see more games push the limits like Zenless Zone Zero's done with the character models, but I'm not seeing a lot of companies do that, and it's really sad. And I think the lack of success that Zenless Zone Zero, at least what I was expecting it to have, which the game still did pretty good, but I think maybe the developers saw that Zenless Zone Zero didn't succeed as much as other games, and so now they feel like they don't need to go above and beyond and deliver character models of that level, which is a shame. because I feel like it just looks so much. I feel like it looks so good.
Much like GTA, and in an effort to set itself apart from its competition, Neverness has implemented a functional vehicle system, allowing players to not only buy and customize their own car, but to also drive it. Sadly, hitting old grannies for plus 25 points is not a thing. Beta tests are currently being held with pre-registration for upcoming test phases and launch open. A global release has been confirmed. Project Mugen is an enormous open-world action game, much like
I'll be real, man. Project Mugen and Neverness to Everness are so similar, I actually thought they were the same game. I was like, oh, they must have rebranded their name. Nah, it's a different game, surprisingly.
Neverness, set in a large, sprawling city. This is the game that Neverness took inspiration from, and it honestly does share a lot of similarities. Functional vehicles, the aesthetic, the world. Beta tests have not been held yet, but pre-registration is open for upcoming test phases and launch.
Project Mugen is another game that's been hyped to high hell, but we're gonna see if it delivers on it. I do think Project Mugen will probably be better than Neverness to Everness, just because it's had more time to cook, but we'll have to say.
A global release has been confirmed. Unending Dawn is essentially Genshin Impact.
This game looks nuts. This is Genshin Impact, but Dark Souls, bro. It looks so nasty.
If the traveler ended up in the world of Elden Ring rather than Teyvat.
Dark Souls is the game that Elden Ring was. Same company for anybody for people who only know Elden Ring, because that's the mainstream one. Dark Souls are the games that came before Elden Ring.
Features a large open world to explore, but I believe is less of a focus on the exploration aspect, prioritizing combat, which really should be good. Beta tests may have been held. I actually couldn't find any information.
I don't think that that's true, Sticks. I've seen a lot of exploration for Unending Dawn, whatever the fuck this game's called. Yeah, Unending Dawn. I don't know anything about they're turning off the emphasis on exploration. I know they put more of a focus on combat, but there's still quite a bit of exploration in this game as well.
Pertaining to
pay to win Elden Ring is hilarious. Oh, fuck, I'm on Millennia. I gotta swipe $2,000, guys. Oh, I did it. I'm a winner. I know, right?
To any tests at all, nor is pre-registration open for upcoming test phases or launch. A global release, however, is expected. Veridity Dreamland was just announced like a week ago and is already making waves due to its great looking characters and interesting style of gameplay. Rather than opting for an open world, Veridity is going to feature a full horizontal side-scrolling style of play, allowing for both vertical and horizontal movement. Beta tests have not been held yet, but pre-registration is open for upcoming test phases and launch. A global release has not been confirmed, but is speculated. Wang Yuan might very well be the most unique upcoming gacha game in this entire list. It features a fully open world, action combat, so that has already been done, but
I will say the open world thing is like fine, but I think people were just tired of open world gachas. But maybe they're just tired of people making open worlds and people aren't properly utilizing. I think Wuthering Waves has done the best job of utilizing the open world by making the exploration and the movement so good. But yeah, the problem is that there's too low of an incentivization to walk around an open world to get 5 or 10 extra primo gems. Because when you explore, I mean, you can't really find anything cool because everything that's cool is generally pay-gated. The only thing that you'd find is a chance to pull, which I feel like would be more fun if there was more items and more skins and more cosmetics hidden around the world rather than just every 3 months you get to buy it for $20, right? A gacha game will eventually come out that will put more power to the players and less power to the players' wallets.
But much like Project Mugen and Neverness, Wang Yue is going to feature a type of vehicle management. However, this is a much deeper, much more complex system, with you being able to build and customize every aspect of it, altering the appearance entirely depending on what parts you construct it with. Also, not being stuck on the ground. You can fly your vehicles. It is also going to feature AI NPCs and AI side stories and side quests to attempt to keep the game feeling fresh and alive, which is an interesting concept, admittedly. Beta tests have been held already with pre-registration for upcoming test phases and launch open. A global release has not been confirmed, but is speculated. White Noise Survival is essentially a less polished Punishing Grey Raven or Honkai Impact, and I say less polished not necessarily as an insult here, rather I hope they take sufficient time to drastically upgrade every facet of the game so it can compete with current gen titles. It's exactly like the aforementioned games though, featuring instanced chapters and missions. It looks good though, just not great. Beta tests have already been held with pre-registration for upcoming test phases and launch open. A global release has not been confirmed but is speculated. And they are 12 upcoming action gacha games that I am looking forward to either playing or play testing.
Yeah, I don't know, man. A lot of those games look like ass. I think Unending Dawn, Azure Premilia, look leagues better than everything else. Fucking leagues better. And it didn't even show the fucking HSR one, man. It's a shame, but yeah, it's just my opinion. I am dying for a new gacha game to really sink my teeth into, but I'm patient. There's many other things to talk about. There's many other things to do, and to be honest, you know, we can talk about other things. I also got Pokemon to play, which has been fun as fuck. But yeah, I know a lot of people are in the same boat as me, where they feel kind of, they don't really have that urge to really dive in and play every day and really fucking grind. They're just kind of just like every 6 weeks they log in for 2 days, then they call it a day. And I think that's fine because I do think that's the way that Gacha is meant to be played. But I do think that people are craving being able to play something that intensely, that in depth again. And maybe we'll get something soon. Yeah, see you on the next one. Good video, Sticks. Peace.